You can't escape ads, not even when you're playing Xbox. Battle Royale is finally coming to Halo Infinite, and is Persona 5 making its way to Xbox? Let's discuss. So we're gonna start off this video with a little bit of positivity. YouTuber Akaki Kuumeri, I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that name. He recently uploaded a video on his channel showcasing a bunch of 3D printed attachments that he used on his Xbox controller to make it so he can use that controller with just one hand. Previously, he did something very similar with a PlayStation controller, and that got a really positive response from his viewers, so he said, hey, why not? I'm gonna do it for an Xbox controller. This video is brought to you by Opera GX. It is the first internet browser made for gamers like you and me. I personally think it's cool that I can have all my socials on the side tab right here. I have my Twitter, I have my Instagram, I have my Twitch, I have my Discord, all right there on demand when I need it. You can also embed a music player in this tab as well. I personally use Spotify, but you can use Apple Music, YouTube Music. They also have a ton of customization options too. You can change your theme, you can change your wallpaper, and you know I gotta go with the Xbox green. There is an option between light and dark mode too, but I live on dark mode, so that's like an automatic lock for me. They also have this tab called GX Corner that has a whole section with free games that you can download right now, whether they're part of your Game Pass subscription, a free-to-play weekend, or something like that. They also have an iOS Android version called GX Mobile, and it's super easy to connect your mobile version to your PC desktop version. All you gotta do is bring up the QR code on your desktop, scan it with your phone, and then boom, they're connected. All the data's synced up. Opera GX gave me features that I didn't even know I wanted in an internet browser, and if you want to check it out for yourself, you can go on down to the link in the description below, check out the desktop and the mobile versions for yourself. Thanks again to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. The kicker is that it's not really a one-handed controller. He uses one hand and his leg, so one analog stick, whether it's the right or left depending on which hand you're using, is attached to a little thing that wraps around your leg that you can kind of control it in kind of a gyro motion while you use your other hand to control the other stick. I was pretty impressed with what he was able to do with it. He showcased himself playing a little bit of Human Fall Flat, Halo Infinite, and he struggled his way through Elden Ring, but hey, we all do that. I personally think that Microsoft should approach this man and work at a deal so they can mass produce these. We already know that Xbox has an interest in making controllers for gamers with motor disabilities. We've seen that with the Xbox Adaptive Controller, which he talks about a little bit in this video. And historically, Microsoft has not shied away with teaming up with other companies to make officially licensed Xbox products that are not their first-party products. I'm personally not so sure how likely that's gonna happen. I just thought that this video, Kuumeri's design, is a really awesome showcase of how innovative gamers can be when they're not busy arguing with each other over video games. If you want to check out his video, I have the link for that down in the description below. In that video, he also has the STL files that he used to print the attachments for this controller if you want to try it out for yourself. Now, historically, JRPGs and Xbox are typically not things that go together. There is a long-held belief that the Xbox player base is not interested in JRPGs, so why go through the trouble of releasing them on that console? Obviously, that's not true. We know that Xbox gamers are hungry for JRPGs, they want more. Recently, we saw a huge success with Scarlet Nexus. Their official Twitter account said that, hey, we've surpassed 2 million players, and that is in huge part thanks to Xbox and Game Pass. Thanks, Xbox and Game Pass. And yes, while things seem to be improving in terms of availability of JRPGs on Xbox, we still have some pretty notable absences on the console. For example, Genshin Impact, not on Xbox. Persona 5, not on Xbox. The last time Xbox players had even a whiff of the Persona franchise on their consoles was back in the 360 days when Persona 4 Arena came out. It wasn't even a mainline Persona game, it was a spin-off game, sort of like Persona 5 Strikers. However, a recent tweet from the official Windows account has given players some hope that Persona 5 may be making its way over to Xbox console soon. Twitter user Zeron Tokyo was just sharing some quick thoughts about what Atlus's next moves could be, what they're gonna be doing in the near future. And suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, the Windows account came and responded with this. Hard to believe it's been almost 6 years since Persona 5 was released in the US. How many times have you played it through since then? Counting Royale, of course. Now, first of all, people who have played that game, it is long. That game is long. I don't know anyone who has played that game more than once. It's a great game, but we can all agree, it's long. And of course, under that response, there's a bunch of people tweeting, oh, please don't get my hopes up. Please don't do this to me. Please don't tease us like this. Because for my optimists out there, this could potentially be a tease for Persona 5 making its way over to Xbox. The fact that this is a verified account associated with Microsoft definitely gives it an air of credibility utility, and the fact that they went out of their way to name drop Persona 5 on some random tweet could be some creative marketing afoot. At the same time, I also don't know why Xbox would use the Windows account to tease a potential team up with Atlas and Persona 5. Nice. I am maidenless! Make sure you go on down to the merch shelf in the description or go to stayxboxready.com for your very own maidenless t-shirt. If you use the code STAYREADY, you get 10% off your purchase. We've talked about this in a previous video, but we know that longtime Halo support studio Certain Affinity is deepening its relationship with Microsoft by doing two things. First of all, they're allegedly developing a new IP for Xbox consoles only, known as Project Suerte. It's apparently a Monster Hunter clone. And they're also apparently working on a new game mode for Halo Infinite's multiplayer. Xbox news god Jez Corden, in a recent interview, suggested that this new game mode that Certain Affinity is working on could very much be a battle royale, similar to what you would find in Apex Legends, PUBG, Call of Duty Warzone, and of course Fortnite. Some things he revealed in that interview: this is Certain Affinity's thing, only their thing. 343 is going to continue working on the other multiplayer stuff, and it's targeting a Season 3 or 4 release. So we know that Season 2 is coming up in May, so sometime in Quarter 3, Quarter 4. Since then, the Halo Infinite Leaks Discord has uncovered a few more details about this Battle Royale mode that's apparently being worked on. The project's name is apparently Tatanka, which is a throwback to a professional wrestler. And here are some things, according to these leaks, that you might see. There's apparently a respawn in a drop pod setting and a respawn tokens, likely similar to how teams can call players back in Apex Legends. There's a shrinking circle, obviously that's a standard mechanic you'd find in any battle royale, but it's going to be called the containment zone. There are bleed out mechanics, sort of like you would find in Apex Legends. When your hit points get to 0, you have the option to like kind of crawl around and still shoot at people, and in that time your teammate can come and revive you, or another person can come and execute you. They also tweeted out what looks like some game settings for this new Halo battle royale. All of these sources between Jez Corden and these Halo Infinite leaks seem to point to the fact that Certain Affinity is trying to put a Halo spin on the classic battle royale formula. Will they be successful? Will it be enough to boost player counts again for Halo Infinite? What does this mean for the other game modes once this battle royale launches? It's been 3 months since Microsoft rocked the gaming world by announcing its intentions to buy Activision Blizzard, and since then, news has been kind of slow, if I'm being honest. The landmark deal, which amounted to just over $68 billion, has given the impression that Microsoft can just buy any publisher, any studio. They could do anything. The sky's the limit. Given that impression, it's funny to think that there was a time when Microsoft tried to buy Blizzard but got outbid, not once, but twice. Ed Fry spoke on the Xbox Era podcast about Microsoft's previous attempts to buy Blizzard. And if you don't know who Ed Fry is, he's a very important person in the history of Xbox. He led the team that made the original Xbox. He was instrumental apparently in acquiring studios like Rare and Bungie. Great guy. On the podcast, he said, "I tried really hard to buy Blizzard. I was a huge Blizzard fan. If you think about the roots of our PC gaming business, it was real-time strategy. Warcraft, of course, was their biggest product. They got acquired very, very early in their history by this company called Davidson. They were always part of this bigger organization. What happened was their parent organization put them up for sale once in the 90s. I tried to buy them, and I got outbid by a company called CUC, which runs a timeshare camping business. They were a part of that for a while, and then there were a bunch of issues, and then the company fell apart. Then Blizzard gets put up for sale a second time, and I bid again. And this time I get outbid by a French water utility." I think in that last quote he might be talking about Vivendi. I think there might be a little confusion because Vivendi Games was its own thing that ended up merging with Blizzard and then before they became Activision. This of course was all before Blizzard and Activision merged, before they became this huge gaming behemoth. He also went on to mention that this was before they made World of Warcraft. And as we all know, after Blizzard made World of Warcraft, they were pretty much untouchable. It was so huge. For my younger viewers out there, it's kind of difficult to explain. You kind of had to be there, but everyone was swept up in World of Warcraft mania. Still, it is very interesting to think of a what-if scenario where Microsoft bought Blizzard before they made World of Warcraft. Business Insider has recently spoken with 2 individuals regarding a new system that Microsoft is apparently working on that would allow ad companies to buy ad space in their games. As an example, these individuals threw out the idea that companies would be able to buy billboards in racing games or other open world experiences. According to experts, this is all because ad companies want to get in touch with you younger viewers out there. That is right, back in my day, you had to sit through all sorts of commercials if you just wanted to watch an episode of SpongeBob or like Fairly Odd Parents or Teen Titans. While I think we can all agree that yes, ads are annoying, the fact that Microsoft is allegedly wanting to implement this new system in a way that is discreet is encouraging. This new system will also only apply to free-to-play games. So when we're all playing Starfield in November, we're not gonna have to worry about running into like a random ad for like Nerf guns or like an energy drink or something random like that. Again, I don't think there's a single person out there that wants more ads, but I think that people are getting a little bit more understanding onto why these companies and these individuals, these creators, choose to run ads in the first place. We live in a world where people want high quality entertainment that's constantly being updated, that's jam-packed with features and visually looks amazing, but they want it for free. So of course, companies have to make up for that somehow. We've seen that with some in-game stores, in-game currency, things like that, and ads. And also, I feel like this is something that used to happen all the time in games in the past. I used to see in-game ads, I feel like, all the time. So I don't know. Yes, ads are annoying, but I am hopeful for the future.